Passage 2, page 160. Questions 6 through 10. Listen to a discussion between a student and his professor.
So, you know that I wanted to meet and discuss the scene you're directing from the play Our Town. Performance is in only 3 weeks, and that's not very much time for all you have to do. I'd like to know how it's going and see if there's anything I can explain or any advice I can give you.
Well, I already cast the scene and looked over the lines for the part of George that I'm going to play. Bill is going to be playing the stage manager, and he's good with that.
That's a big part in this play. I hope he's up to it. Okay, I think I remember. You're doing the scene from the part of the play that takes place before George and Emily's wedding, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Tina is playing Emily.
So you've assigned all the parts. Is everyone memorizing their lines quickly?
Mm-hmm. Everyone has started learning their lines. But, actually, that's not really what I'm concerned about.
What are you worried about, Chuck?
Well, after we perform the little piece from the scene, you said I'm supposed to present the main themes from the play in a way that involves the whole class. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I've been thinking about it, and I was wondering if I could pass out some questions to everyone before we start. Questions about some to pay attention to. And then I can have them talk about the answers in groups for a few minutes. After they finish their discussions, I can go over their answers to see what they thought.
I think that's a pretty good idea. It does get everyone involved, and it isn't complicated. What kind of questions would you have?
Well, maybe things like, what did you notice about the scenery and props, and what did Wilder intend to convey in this scene?
And so then you'll have them discuss the questions in groups of 4 people or something like that?
Right. And hopefully one of the groups will come up with the theme of simplicity. And maybe somebody will talk about the focus on the characters and dialogue, or Wilder's idea that props and scenery should not interfere with character development and telling the story.
Oh, speaking of that, have you thought about what props and scenery you'll need? You don't really need any major props or scenery, do you?
What do I need? Oh, like maybe just a table, some chairs, and a ladder, right? I think that's stuff the drama department already has.
Yeah, but the point is that your actors have to perform really well because the audience will be paying attention to them and not a lot of things on the stage.
True. But do you think I need more questions for the class? I think I could ask something like, what were the topics of conversation in the dialogue? And how important, or maybe why are the actions of the characters so mundane? Kind of ordinary, everyday stuff. Something like that?
What are you trying to get at with those questions?
I want the classmates to figure out Wilder's how we don't appreciate the beauty of daily life.
Well, since they won't see the end of the play, I don't think they'll be able to pick up on that one. I mean, it's only a little piece of one act. I have to say that I'm not really sure you're going to be able to get across all the themes in a 10 or 15-minute performance. Why don't you focus on just 1 or 2 themes?
But I could also put a synopsis of the play on the same sheet I hand out with the questions. That way I could mention some of the other themes. Like I could explain how the play starts with mourning and births and ends with evening and death.
The cycles of life. Okay, if you just summarize the most important ideas, that'll be fine. But not to do more than you can handle.
All right. I was wondering, what if the class just sits there and doesn't answer any questions?
They won't. I was really clear about how I expect everyone to participate in other people's presentations. Now, you have a good idea of how to present this scene, but I want you to think about how you're going to organize your time. You have a lot of preparation to complete.
I know I do. I think I'll make some final decisions on what themes are most important and that I have in my scene or in the synopsis. Then I'll come up with a few questions to hand out on the discussion sheet, and then I'll write up the synopsis and the questions.
Don't forget, you still have to rehearse and direct the scene.
I won't forget. Thanks.